Clipper Nation, what's going on? It's your boy B. We are here tonight at the Intuit Dome. The Clippers are taking on the Miami Heat. Now, you're probably looking like there's no Michael. Michael will be here later on. He's taking care of some things. But let's go ahead and take a moment and just, send out prayers and things like that to everyone that was affected by the wildfires over this weekend in the Palisades, Pasadena area, and things like that. Players was affected. Families was affected. A lot of people was affected. But tonight, we're going to take some time away from that and just get back to basketball, get your mind off of that and things like that. That's what Ty Lue definitely was talking about today in the press conference room and things like that. But some updates when it comes to the roster. So our starting roster tonight is going to have Chris Dunn instead of Derrick Jones Jr. I know y'all looking for Derrick Jones, but Ty Lue is still sticking with Chris Dunn in his lineup. And Kawhi. Kawhi is playing, but he's still on a minute restriction. Now, Ty Lue did touch on that. Kawhi is slowly ramping up. It hasn't been a long time since he hasn't played basketball, so he's still going to be on that minute restriction. And we kind of talked about it a little bit in regards to Kawhi playing on a back-to-back. Ty Lue said we'll see. But I would say this, right? Keys to success. The Clippers are playing a Miami Heat team that has won the last 4 or 5. Now, you're probably thinking, how are they doing that without Jimmy Butler? You got to think, this is a well-oiled machine. They still got Bam, they still got Hero, and they got some other players in between. So the Miami Heat is going to be here tonight to play. So what the Clippers have to do is lock in, get defensive-oriented, defensive-minded, shut down everything that they have to do against the Miami Heat, and the Clippers will take home the victory tonight. My highlight player that I'm going to focus on is actually going to be Chris Dunn. Chris Dunn being that second point guard on the court with James Harden, bringing up the ball when teams want to double team James Harden. It's going to be very pivotal for him to step it up on the defense end, be smart, but at the same time, not getting into foul trouble. So we're going to keep an eye on Chris Dunn and see how he does tonight at the game. Again, full clip, Clippers Unleashed. It's been your boy B. Michael, he'll be here soon. See you in a moment.
Michael Matthew here, Full Clip Clippers Unleashed. As you can see, we are here at the clip shop where we are here. Tammy's inside. She's in there looking for some of that new hot gear, the Clipper City Edition 23-24 season. It's really dope. I can't wait for you guys to check it out. Let's go inside with Tammy and see what she has.
All right, Clippers fans, the 2024-25 City Edition gear has dropped for the LA Clippers. They have all kind of cool sweatsuits. I really, really like this one. It looks cozy. I love the puffy print. They've got hoodies. They've got jackets. They have jerseys. They have tote bags, hats. They have everything that you need for the 2024-2025 City Edition. Grab it before it's gone. I'm thinking about getting something myself. What do you think I would look like in this? Who knows?
Everybody ready? Come on, let's go. The Rick Ford Show! Let's go! The Rick Ford Show! Let's go!
Good. Still still working. Happy we got the win tonight. Good team win. Able to battle it out. Throughout the whole game and a good fourth quarter.
you're back where you want to be? What are you looking for from yourself from, from game to game?
I'm just playing, really, and trying to do my job to help the team win. That's all I do. I feel good. As long as I'm feeling good on the court, I'm able to move quickly, get to my spots. That's all I'm looking for.
Well, is there stuff that you can't do right now that you've normally done in the past?
That I can't do?
Yeah.
No.
So you're able to do pretty much everything you want to, just not to the degree you've done in the past so far?
If you want to put it that way, I'm playing in the same way I usually play.
Zoo had another 20 and 20 game tonight. Watching him all season long, what have you observed about his growth to be able to have nights like this so regularly?
He's playing hard. He's playing more minutes. He's gotten patient in the post. He's being aggressive, putting two hands on the ball, dunking it when there's defenders around him. And, he's growing.
What have the last couple of days just been like for you?
The last few days, we had practice. What's today? Monday. We had practice yesterday. The day before that, they gave us some time to our families to attend to. Like everybody knows, it's been evacuations in LA, so everybody's been trying to rile their families up, the ones that are affected, and just keeping everyone settled.
I mean, like for you, Wednesday, obviously, leaving Denver and everything, what was that like for you?
Just like I just said, just trying to get the family in order, making sure that everybody is settled, and making sure everyone is safe.
You live in that area that's affected by the Palisades fire. Is your house okay? Is everybody, anything?
As we know, everybody is not okay. You've seen the houses burned down, so self-explanatory.
Why is there a minutes restriction? Is there part of you that just wants to break free and keep going at all?
No, I'm taking my time. I've done that in the past, and it led me on the bench, so I'm good where I'm at.
Well, to that point, what's it like having teammates like James, teammates like Norm, who in that third quarter were able to take over and do what they did?
It was great. They've been playing well all season. Now hopefully we could get some wins under our belt and, move up in the standings and secure a playoff spot. And, that's what we're working for.
Yeah, for real.
James, you've had a couple of games now with Kawhi. Just what's it like just having him out there on the floor and trying to build that rhythm and that kind of thing again?
Great. Obviously, he's just working his way into, conditioning-wise, plan-wise, flow of the game, like all of the above. So, he hadn't had a training camp, preseason, none of that. So I think for us, it's just, trying to make his job a lot easier for us to just continue to do what we've been doing, and then, slowly incorporating him into, what we're doing. But, he looks great.
I mentioned that you guys had some slippage defensively the last couple of games.
Yeah.
Weeks. Does getting a guy like Kawhi, how much does a guy like Kawhi help with that? Even though he's limited, how much does he help?
He's, obviously we know what he's done, what he's capable of. So, it's a long season, so there's going to be a little bit of slippage, but I think just, getting back on the right track and locking in. I think we did that tonight.
What are you most proud of a performance like tonight after being down 13 to start the game?
Just the way we stuck with it. They play a zone. They're a good team. They play a zone. They're well coached. So for us to just continue to do what we do, defensively, amping up the pressure a little bit more and getting some things in transition. So for us, we did that, and it felt good, honestly.
James, that third quarter where you really got it going, what does that feel like? I know you've been in the zone so many different times in your career, but now at this stage where you're playing different roles and do different things, what is it like to go there in that moment?
It's unexplainable. I don't know. Figure out what that means. But yeah, it's just one of those moments.
James, when you have a guy like Chris, obviously offers you guys a lot defensively, but when he's struggling to make shots, do you kind of say anything to get him, make sure he's not getting frustrated or anything like that?
Put more work in. The work, it speaks for itself. I was here yesterday putting the work in. it translates. I'm here 16 season playing, pretty solid basketball just because of the work that I've put in and I continue to put in. So, don't get frustrated with the process. Continue to put the work in. You don't make shots. You make shots. Put the work in. It's the only advice I got.
What have the last couple of days just been like? That flight to Denver, obviously, you guys, a lot of uncertainty about what's going back here in LA. You guys land, probably see a lot of it from the flight in the last couple of days. What's just all that been like for you from LA?
Man, it's really sad, man. For real, it's like I don't know how to explain it, but so many people is just impacted by this. It's a tragedy for real. You know what I mean? And so many, whether it's materialistic things or loved ones or, whatever the case may be, like you don't really know what to say to people, but just, try to support, have their back and really come together and closer, because, honestly, that's the only route we got for real. So for me, just trying to make sure everything's settled and then figure out ways that I can, put my imprint on it and help and whatever needs to be done. But something you can't control, and just, it's frustrating. So I feel for the people that's out there that had to be evacuated, that lost homes, that lost loved ones, that lost, everything they had. So we'll figure out how to help people.
Were you close to it?
No, I wasn't close.
Obviously, the games were postponed on Saturday. Did it feel like this is the right time to get back to playing basketball? Did it feel weird to be back?
Eventually, it's gonna happen, And I think for the most part, we got a lot of it contained, from what I'm hearing. So eventually, we're gonna have to get back to basketball, but then still do our due diligence and figure out how to help people that's still, evacuated and don't have anywhere to go. So it's gonna be a work in progress for a very, very, very long time, and that's something that all of us as a group are gonna have to be willing to sacrifice and help with.
I know your foundation, you've done a lot in the community over the years, everywhere you've been, but definitely since you've been in LA. What's it been like being with the Clippers, an organization that's such a big focus? Man,
start from the top. Steve is very, very, very helpful, in giving back to the community and things that's needed. So from that trickles down, and then for myself, like I said, finding different things that needs to be done, that people that needs to be helped, and tackle it. So. I just pray that everybody's safe. Thanks.
I was trying to get it for a few minutes, so I'm glad they missed the shot finally to get one. So it was nice. It was nice.
Hey, Zoo, what was it like for you guys? After City, County been dealing with the fires and everything, to finally be back on the floor in front of the fans?
It was good finally to get out there, get in front of our fans. Just kind of forget about it for 48 minutes. Go out there, play the game we love, and get our mind off of it a little bit.
How do you assess how Kawhi's been able to kind of fit back in with you guys over these 3 games?
Good. He's not trying to, he's trying to play in the flow of the game. He's trying to get his legs under him, and he's just trying to fit in. So he's doing a good job, and we expect him, with every game, hopefully play more minutes and get his legs under him and be a Kawhi that we know he is.
Do you feel that he's moving better? Like on a night like tonight, seeing him play, do you feel like he's moving better than he was even his first game back?
I don't know. I don't really look how he moves. I just kind of, we're out there, we're competing, we're playing, so I'm not really locked into how Kawhi is moving out there. But, it's Kawhi's Kawhi, man. Kawhi is one of the best players in the league, and he's going to, when he gets his legs under him and rhythm, he's going to be really good.
So when you're playing against a team like Miami that zones so much, like you saw shots where it took a while for shots to go in. What's your role in kind of keeping things steady and consistent until your teammates come through better shooting?
We wanted to, set that small and let KD play make in that pocket, and just. For me, I was just staying spaced. Earlier we tried to run the pistol action, didn't have much success with it, but figure out with that small, we get KD in the pocket, and he's able to play 4-on-3 from there, and that was really good for us. And
second half we started hitting those shots that we missed in the first half, that we was getting wide open in a zone. So once we started hitting those shots, everything kind of opened up.
You look at Chris, kind of missed a lot of the shots usually, open ones, and I think he got a little frustrated in the third. How are you guys kind of navigating and making sure he stays focused? Obviously, he's a big part of you guys defensively. How do you guys make sure that you kind of, not letting that bother him too much?
I mean, he knows we don't have to tell him anything. He knows those are great shots. We know those are great shots. He's wide open. He got to take them, and he's not letting it bother him. He's gonna shoot it when he's open, and we want him to shoot those. So we know they're gonna start falling, and he's doing a great job defensively, offensively. Today he did a great job playing that pocket, creating for others, playmaking. So we're not worried about those going in. We know he works on it every day. They're going to start falling.
So, with teams, you see a lot of teams offensively, they get in the zone, they're making shots. It seems like you guys, that happens for you on the defensive end where you guys are jumping, passing lanes, getting block shots. It's leading to, a lot of fast break buckets. Just what is the conversation between you guys, as teammates to say, hey, it's that time, let's really attack defensively?
I mean, that's how we want to play every game. It's not something we got to talk about. We know how we want to play defensively. We want to be disruptive. We want to have a lot of deflections. We're trying to help each other out, play free out there. So, and once we do that, we have players. We can push the ball. We can play in transition, and it's always easier to play in an open court than in a half court against a defense. So that's what we want to do. We want to, play hard defense, have a lot of deflection, rebound the ball, and then push it. And once we get in a transition, we're a really good team.
I'm not eager at all. We want him to be the best. You next, bro. No, we're not eager for him to do anything. He's going to work his way back to the player that he is. It just takes time. Everybody wants him to come out and just be Kawhi, drop 30, play 35 minutes, guard the best player. I mean, he hasn't played since August last year. So I mean, whenever he was doing the USA stuff, so it's going to take time for him to get his body and his legs underneath him. But we're not worried about anything.
I'm not sure if anybody asked, but you guys' first game back after the fires and things like that. Just you guys started a little slow. Did that get to you guys? Just kind of think about it. And what was it like playing out there in front of the fans today?
I mean, it was good. It was good to see people come out and show up. Hopefully take their minds off of the devastation and the tragedy that's going on. Shout out to the first responders and everybody that's helping. The people and families in need, donating. I've been really glued in and locked in. My place in Encino, I had the evacuation orders, talking to everybody that I know that's been hit. But we got a job to do, being able to focus and the task at hand. And play basketball and worry about the things after the game. But just making sure all our people is okay and doing what we can off the court to help the ones in need.
What are you most proud of tonight's performance for the team?
Just come out off a layoff and figure it out, stick together. First half was a little tough, but we stayed together, talking, communicating on both ends of the floor, and did what necessary to get a win.
When you find out your house is under an evacuation order, what's the first thing that even goes through your mind?
Honestly, I'm fortunate because I don't live at that house anymore. The first thing is making sure everybody else that I know in that area, neighbors and things like that, is okay, checking on them. But it's scary. So you just don't want nothing to happen to your place. But one of the fortunate people is where they lifted the order, and I was able to go back. But I'm just really focused on the people in need and trying to do what I can to help any way I can.
Did you feel right being back to playing basketball?
You didn't have to evacuate.
Friends, because I live in Encino, they had an evacuate order. Yeah, I live in a different area now, so just more worried about them, making sure their place, calling them if I need to do anything, help them out. But yeah, it's a tough situation, and it's just scary that they still haven't been able to contain, and then you got the wind event coming up and everything like that. So you just hope it doesn't get worse.
over the weekend, obviously the games got postponed. It's kind of a strange time. Like, did it feel weird to get back on the court today, or did it feel right at all? Like, how did it feel?
You know, I'm 50-50 on it. You know, you kind of like even just going about things, your day-to-day stuff. You know, knowing that people are really going through some tough times. Like they're losing everything, and you're focused on basketball. You know, it's a tough thing to focus on. You know, just acting like it's normal, and like you're in the city where these tragedies and stuff, the fires are going on. But like I said, we got a job at hand. They cleared us to play, so you got to focus on that. They wouldn't have cleared us if it wasn't safe enough for us to play, I guess. But yeah, you just focus on what you can control and try to take your mind at your job, and then worry about things after.
Thanks,
Thanks, Norm.
Thank you, Norm.
I care.
You guys had like a 32-9 run between the third and the fourth quarter there, where the offense finally started clicking for you guys. Shots were being made. Was it as simple as shots were being made, or what did you see it kind of change for you guys in that third?
Yeah, I think a combination of both. Shots being made. I thought James really got going to help us propel us to the win. But I thought we figured out the zone and how we wanted to attack it. We talked about it the last 2 days, and then we got some good shots in that first half, but we still were kind of slow and kind of stagnant at getting them. And I thought in that second half we really did a good job of just locking into how we wanted to execute against that zone, and we was able to really get some good shots and, like you said, knock down the shots as well.
We didn't see Terrence play today. I'm wondering what's kind of the thinking with him, and did you have a conversation with him before the game about that?
Yeah, I had a conversation with him before the game.
What was the thinking in kind of changing the rotation up a bit?
I just wanted to see something.
With the 4 days off since you guys last played and everything else going on, how much that contribute to the slow start for you guys, you think?
It could have had a lot to do with it, but as well as the zone. I thought the zone slowed us down and made us stagnant. We didn't make quick decisions early on in the game, and so we kind of got stagnant. And I thought in the second half we did a much better job of executing against the zone, and Spo's the master at putting that zone out there and making you stagnant, making you think, second guess. We had some open shots that we didn't take early on, and we just didn't look good in that first half offensively, and then second half we kind of figured it out.
And coach, defensively, they only had 4 turnovers in the first half, but you guys forced about 13 and 14, I believe, the rest of the way. Can you talk about the activity you guys have, showing your hands and getting deflections?
Yeah, I thought in the second half, going small, I thought Mo Bamba did a great job for us in that first half. And then second half, we went small to be able to switch their pick and roll so Tyler Hero couldn't get downhill and attack, and putting Zoo in a veer situation with Kevin Love. And so we went small, was able to switch, able to get some steals, get out in transition, get some deflections, and it was good for us.
Ty, Chris had a rough shooting night tonight. He's been on a stretch where he's had a rough shooting stretch for the last couple games. How do you get him out of that that funk that he's in offensively?
No, just take good shots. When you're open, you got step up and shoot them, be ready to knock them down. And he brings much more to us than knocking down shots. Him on the floor, being able to guard the best player every single night, the way he competes, it raises our level defensively. And so everything he brings defensively for us, we need every bit of it. And so that's where he's great for us. If he makes shots, he makes shots. But, when you're getting, 1 or 2 shots a quarter, it's kind of hard to, really catch a rhythm. But he'll be fine. We have confidence he can make those shots and take those shots, and so we just got to stay with it.
And late in his first quarter stint, Kawhi had a couple mid-range pull-ups that he made. How do you assess how he was moving tonight? Did he seem like he was moving?
I can't really assess it because there was a lot of zone tonight. Like I said, we really couldn't get into an offensive rhythm. Was able to figure it out. We talked about it at halftime. Don't try to get a rhythm, just win the game. And so when they're playing zone, it's going to be sporadic shots. But, we'll get a better gauge, going into Wednesday.
Ty, Derek was grabbing at his hand, wrist area before he went back to the locker room. Have you heard anything on him?
Yeah, he's fine. I think. Okay. I mean, say he can go back into the game, so we'll see tomorrow how he feels.
And then with Kawhi, you've been keeping him right around 20. Is there a certain amount of games at 20 he needs to have before that gets bumped up?
I think so.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay, thank you.
I can't remember.
I had another Kawhi question. Y'all, even though the shooting was a real struggle for the whole team, the defense, you wanted to see that be reestablished. That kept you in the game while the offense got it together. How did Kawhi kind of play a role in keeping that defense maintained until the shots came around?
I thought he did a good job. In the passing lanes, got a couple deflections, couple steals, and then I thought he got activated. Once we went small and he was guarding Kevin Love, or we put Zoo on Hawkins. I thought it kind of activated him. He was able to switch more, getting to the ball, pressure the ball with Kevin Love, catching the ball at the top of the key. But like I said, it was a tricky game. Just the zone kind of slowed us down, and we wasn't able to play at the pace we wanted to play at. So we'll see next game.
Coach, playing against lefties is always tough, especially when you see so many right-handed players. You guys have, 4 guys tonight attacking the basket. Like, how tough do you think it is for, coaches to kind of adjust their games plan when you have these skilled lefties?
I don't think so, but I don't know. I mean, with a right-hand player, you send him weak, to his left hand, and with a left-hand player, you send him strong to his right hand. I mean, it ain't really a big difference. I don't think, but maybe the numbers say something different. But for me, just the biggest thing is just understanding, like you said, your coverages, because you used to play against most right-handers, but making sure we, making the right adjustments when we go into a game playing against left-handers. But for our team, I really don't know.
Coach, how did it feel to be out there tonight after everything the team and the city's been through over the past few days?
It was hard. It was hard just understanding what everyone's going through, the whole city, and just, everyone rallying behind each other, just trying to do what they can to help support friends, families, neighbors, like I've talked about. And it's a tough time, and so we're just here to support, try to uplift people with, playing basketball, see if we can put smiles on faces, see if we can have people to gather and, watch the game and do something different to try to take their mind off of it. But it's tough times right now. We understand that. And us as a team and organization, we're trying to do everything we can to help. And, we just got to get through it. Just stay strong and get through it.
Hey, Coach, so y'all went on an 8-0 run with James Harden when it was 62-63 in the third quarter. Was that the turning point of the game, you think, or was more so the defense in the second half that kind of changed the game?
Both. I thought James getting going offensively in that third quarter really helped us out offensively. Hit some step-back threes, got to the basket. And then our defense, picked up. I said once we was able to switch 1 through 5, get in the passing lanes, get some steals and deflections, get out in transition, it was good for us. But James' shot making that third quarter was huge for us.
What's up, guys? I'm here, Michael Matthew with Full Clip Clippers Unleashed. I don't know where my guy Beav is. Before the game, he was screaming and asking for me, and I show up, he's not even here. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about what we just saw. The Clippers pick up a 109-98 win over the Miami Heat, ending their 2-game skid. No beef, but we are okay because I got my guy, fellow sports analyst with me, Kahari Jones. Come here, Kahari. We got to talk about what we saw tonight because, hey, it was a tough situation for the Clippers. We know what the county of L.A. is dealing with all the fires and things like that. But we saw this team get out here, put forth some good energy, and pick up a win. What was your thoughts on what you saw from the Clippers?
Obviously, they got the things what we're dealing with in the community with the fires and whatnot. But I think basketball is like a safe place. That's what a lot of players have been saying all over the league.
Yeah.
But tonight, they was trying to struggle at first, but then they got it together. Zubac had a huge night.
Yeah.
He had a 20-point game. James had 26 and 11 rebounds. 11 assists. So he had a great night, and Norman Powell did his thing as well. One thing that stood out to me was Kawhi. Lou was talking about Chris Dunn, just his ability to guard the best player. Played a lot of defense tonight, so to see where the Clippers at clicking defensively, I think that's great things to see.
And with the Clippers, I'm happy you mentioned defense because everybody know the sexy thing in the NBA is what? Offense, buckets, buckets, buckets. But the way that the Clippers play defense, man, it's like some teams come out and get hot by making a lot of shots. It seems like they get hot, and defensively they're deflecting more passes. They're, blocking shots. They're pushing the ball because of their defense. Just how special was their defense tonight? How special has it been pretty much this entire season, Carl?
It's been special all season. Stan Van Gundy has been doing a great job as far as Jeff Van Gundy.
Jeff, yeah.
Jeff Van Gundy has been doing a great job as far as like putting the pressure on. You see he's out there running on the court. You know, you can tell his defensive system is working.
Yeah.
Before the season started, the team had said they wanted to be one of the top defensive teams in the league. So to see it all coming together is really special. And obviously, I feel like they're going to be a very hard to beat team to beat in the playoffs.
And the Clippers, I think they're so unique because a lot of teams, they might have one or two guys that's a lefty. But this team, we've seen 5 guys, you know, that really helps them getting the ball downhill. Do you think that kind of gives them a sort of advantage because teams have to adjust because you really don't see that many lefties, and especially when they're as good as the Clippers have with Amir Coffey, James Harden, Derrick Jones Jr., you know, guys like that who helped them, Kevin Porter Jr. Like, do you think that gives them an advantage at all?
Yeah, actually, that was a great question what you asked, Coach, as well. That definitely gives them an advantage. We all know we both play basketball growing up. It's always been hard to guard lefties.
Yeah.
Obviously, Amir Coffey, he's been hitting his shots. Nobody's blocking his shots. James, his whole entire career has been hard to block his shot. That's why he gets fouled all the time. Lefty, and it's hard to guard. We're so used to guarding. These guys are used to guarding right-handed players. They're guarding left-handed players who know how to use it. As the Clippers have, 4 left-handed guys, we see them knock down shots, play big. So I think having those left-handed players plays a huge advantage for the Clippers.
Hey, so don't leave. You know, we got you. We got Coach there at the post-game presser. I was able to get into the locker room. We talked to Norman Powell and Ivica Zubac. Make sure you guys tap in. So we're back. We just heard from Coach. We heard from Norm. We heard from Zoo. You know, like we were talking about earlier, they were just excited to get back on the floor, still with the thoughts of what's going on in the city as well. But they were excited to get to it, especially with their struggles lately. Like, they lost the last 2 games. Since Kawhi has returned, the team is trying to figure out where he fits in. And, you know, you could tell that Norm is trying to hoop and do his thing and, you know, and continue to play like an all-star. James is going to be James, but Kawhi is still figuring out. What did you see from Kawhi tonight? Was it good? Was it things he has to fix right away? What was your thoughts?
I just think, like Kawhi said, he's trying to get his rhythm right now. Like, I saw a couple players where I know if he was in full shape and in his rhythm, he would have dunked, like on fast break plays. He kind of like passed it, but you still see that it's there. One other thing I saw was that he's not forcing shots. He's passing it. The guys are not, okay, we're not going to force feed Kawhi. We're going to just swing it, rotate the offense, rotate the ball, and kind of just let his shots flow instead of forcing the ball like he forcing shots up like he would normally if he was in 100%.
Yeah, and, you know, Kawhi is going to be a key piece for this team going forward if they want to maybe make some noise in the playoffs, if they can get there, which I think they will. But Zubac is also important, and he's playing some really good basketball. The team figured it out tonight. I know a lot of things were on their mind, but they made it happen, and they'll be back Wednesday, back here in this building. They got the Brooklyn Nets, where the Clippers will look to make it 2 straight. Michael, my guy Kahari, we see you guys. Full Clip Clippers Unleashed.